Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, a lot of us have been eagerly anticipating the return of Gervonta Davis. Now, many of us believe that Gervonta Davis is the face of boxing. Others believe it's Canelo Alvarez. Certainly, you can make an argument for either fighter. But Gervonta Davis is coming off the biggest fight that we've seen in quite some time, doing over 1.2 million in pay-per-view buys. Now, it's been rumored that he's going to make a ring return early next year. We saw something out there posted here recently in regards to Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz has been more than likely the leading candidate for quite some time. And Isaac Cruz's side confirmed that there had been talks and negotiations, rather, of some type with Gervonta Davis's team. Now, they did make sure that everybody understood that Gervonta Davis had not necessarily signed off on that fight, so it was not guaranteed that that fight was going to happen next, but it's still widely thought that Gervonta Davis will be returning to the ring sometime in early 2024. Now, what we discovered here earlier today, and this is via Gervonta Davis's Twitter account or X account, whatever you want to call it, is that a major roadblock and or hurdle has been put in front of Gervonta Davis in terms of his ability to actually get back into the ring. Now, we know that Tank has had some challenges, some legal battles here recently. I don't want to go into the details of those things because, quite frankly, I don't like to be in people's personal affairs. But he has had some level of legal trouble here in the last several months. And because of that legal trouble, he spent, I believe maybe it was 60 or 90 days in jail, something to that effect. Well, Tank is interested in moving his location in terms of where he lives and certainly where he trains, because there's some concern in regards to, number one, his safety in the Baltimore area, but not only that, his ability to train properly. So Gervonta Davis took to his X account or his Twitter account, and he said the following. Let me pull this up very quickly to share with you guys. This was probably about 10 or 15 minutes ago, but Tank said, "This judge is stopping me from training the proper way. She wants me in Maryland with my life in danger every effing day." So that's interesting because usually somebody of Gervonta Davis's ilk, someone who requires just because of their job to travel and be in certain areas, you are permitted by a judge. They will allow you to do such things, right? If you are, a salesman, a traveling salesman, they're going to allow you to, travel because that's a part of your job. Well, Tank Davis, of course, is a professional boxer, and sometimes training should be done in specific locations, more than likely where he can get the best sparring and or where a personal trainer may be, or for a number of reasons, a professional fighter might need to move around or might be required to move around and or travel for their profession. So I'm actually a little bit surprised that this particular judge is not allowing Gervonta Davis the ability to travel, and he's saying that it's affecting his ability to train. Now, if Tank Davis's ability to train is being affected to any significant degree, then of course it's going to affect his ring return, right? I would conclude that Gervonta Davis is not going to feel comfortable getting back into the ring unless he feels that he is at his optimal shape and that he is in the best position to actually win the contest. So if Gervonta is not allowed to travel, you have to wonder how it's going to affect his ring return. And quite frankly, we never know how, athletes are going. Actually, a lot of athletes are creatures of habit. They are used to doing specific things. They're superstitious, and they like to make sure that the things that they do, the things that they're used to in terms of training, how they train, who they train with, it remains the same. And if Tank is not comfortable, then I think it will be a significant setback and challenge for him to get into the proper conditioning, not only mentally or not only physically, but also mentally. So in my mind, this is a huge setback for Gervonta Davis, and I'm uncertain how it's going to affect him. Now, we know Floyd Mayweather had been an advocate for several years for Gervonta Davis to leave Baltimore, Maryland. He wanted him not there in Las Vegas. I'm not going to necessarily say Las Vegas was the correct spot for Gervonta Davis. Quite frankly, I have no idea where the correct spot for Gervonta Davis was. But I know that Floyd wanted him to get out of Baltimore, Maryland, because Floyd felt that being around some of those individuals that he grew up with could negatively affect him. And not to say that those people are not good people, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's good for you to get away from your environment because there's a level of comfort there in your environment, and you may not be doing the things that are necessary in order for you to become the person who you're meant to be. Like for me, my situation when I needed to leave away from the Orlando area in order for me to be successful in life as far as I was concerned, because not that, I had friends there that weren't good people, because actually I grew up with a lot of people who were some of my really good friends and really close to those folks, and they were great folks. But I was going to fall back into some of the same things I was doing while I was there, which was not necessarily a part of the game plan in order for me to get to the place that I needed to be. And I felt that, Floyd Mayweather felt the same way about Gervonta Davis. And now I think Tank Davis also understands and agrees with this and is looking for an opportunity to, set himself up in a different way and make sure that he is doing the things that are required for him, or the things that are necessary for him to remain at the top of his game and to remain at the top of the sport. So this is a situation that I hope at some point Gervonta is able to resolve. He's probably going to have to pull some lawyers in and get them involved in order to make this happen. But it's just, I hate to hear that. And not only that, I hate to hear the frustration on Twitter, because although I've been clamoring and eagerly anticipating Gervonta getting back on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and being more vocal, because we're used to hearing from Gervonta Davis. Sometimes he'll leave the tweet up, sometimes he won't. This isn't the type of tweet that I would have liked to have seen from Tank. And quite frankly, he's probably going to delete this one as well, because at the end of the day, this tweet probably is not going to help his case in regards to this particular judge. It's probably going to actually hurt the fact that he actually tweeted this out. But we'll see what ends up happening. Maybe he'll get this resolved very soon, and he'll be back in a great space and ready to get to training and ready to get back into the ring in early 2024. So you guys tell me what you think in the comment section in regards to this major roadblock and or hurdle that's been put in front of Gervonta Davis that may possibly affect his ring return. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and I am out.